Hi, Matt with eTrailer. If you have a 2020 Jeep Cherokee and you have some skis that you want to take from point A to point B, but you don't want them to be inside your car because they can get pretty messy, so putting them on your roof is going to be the next best option, then the Rhino-Rack Ski and Snowboard carrier is going to be a great option for you. Now this is going to be more of an economic option, so it's not going to have all the bells and whistles as the more premium ones. Just strictly speaking, it's going to carry your skis from point A to point B. But we can take a closer look at them. So right here we're going to notice we have this large button, super easy to use. All I have to do is hit it with my hand, pops right open. Perfect even if you have those thicker gloves and mittens on. And with that open, that gives me the ability to reach over, grab my skis. Then that might be a little bit of a reach for you, especially if you are a little bit shorter. Or if you got a bigger coat on, it might be a little bit more difficult to grab. If that's the case, then I'd recommend checking out the Kuat Grip Ski and Snowboard carrier because they're going to have some trays that pull out to make that process easier. But with that open up, we can kind of take a closer look inside there. You notice we have some rubber molding. What that rubber molding is doing for us is helping us keep our skis in place so they're not sliding around, scratching one another up. But when you're done, you can close this down, and you'll notice that we have this lock core at the very front of it. That's just going to give us extra security so no one can come by and take your skis. And the way this is going to attach to your roof is it's going to grab onto your crossbar with this plate that have two security Allen keys that reach down and grab another plate, kind of sandwiching it in place. And this will work with most crossbars. Really the only one that it might struggle with getting on would be some really heavy HD crossbars, just because it'd be pretty large to get around. We can also get a few measurements to see how it's going to fit up here. So the first one I like to get is going to be underneath. That's going to be about 1/2 inch. Nothing too crazy. But if you have some crossbars that sit pretty low and you have a sunroof on here too, what could happen is that sunroof could come into contact with that clamp. So what I'd recommend doing is just keep an eye on it or just not expanding your sunroof up. The next one we'll get is going to be the overall height. That's going to be a little bit under 5.5 inches. That's a decent amount it's going to stick up. What I'd recommend though is just keeping an eye on it, making sure that you take the total height of your vehicle, your crossbars, and your carrier, and total that calculation, and then you have it. I'd recommend keeping an eye on any spots like a garage. And as for the width, that's not going to take up the whole space. Really, we're just at that halfway point. So you can probably get some other accessories up here, anything like a basket or a box. But at the end of the day, it's just going to depend on what you're carrying. In my opinion, I think this is a great option for someone who's just getting into snowboarding or skiing. You're just trying to take out the skis once or twice a year. But if you are living with these full time or you're trying to go out skiing a lot more, then I'd recommend checking out the Kuat Switch Ski and Snowboard carrier. Because what's nice about that is once it's not in use, you can just fold them down and it looks pretty clean and pretty custom on your vehicle. But like I said earlier, if you're only taking this out once or twice and you're just getting into skiing, then this is going to be a perfect fit for you. But that's just a look at the Rhino-Rack Ski and Snowboard carrier on our 2020 Jeep Cherokee. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.